We all know how hard it is sometimes to find people to actually play with, and that could be for a couple of reasons. Maybe you are just struggling to find people to play with, or you're just not comfortable in using your mic. Well, if you are a solo queue player and you don't like playing with a team and you just like playing on your own, then today I have the top 5 best solo queue legends to be played in Apex Legends Season 12. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're having a fantastic day and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Dominate, and again, welcome to the channel. I post every other day to help you become an Apex legend. So yes, I have the top 5 best legends to be using if you are a solo queue player. And just to put it out there, these are not in any order. So number 1 isn't necessarily better than number 5. Number 5 isn't better than number 3. They're just the best legends to be playing. So you may have seen my solo queue legend tier list, which goes from tier C, which is the worst, and tier S, which is the best. Now this is like that, but I just go over the tier S. I just go over the best legends to be playing and more in depth why. Just before I start this video, make sure you go down below, leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe. We're just about hit 1.5k subs. Thank you very, very much. So coming in at number 5 spot will be Valkyrie. When solo queuing, you want your legend to do 2 things. You want them to work for yourself and your team at the same time, and Valkyrie does this perfectly. So Valkyrie, in my opinion, has the best passive in the game. It's literally a jetpack which allows her to fly around the map. And that really helps when solo queuing. It's easy rotation for yourself, you get up to high ground really quick, and you can escape enemies really quickly too. So that's really good on her half, just to play for yourself, and her ultimate really helps for your team. We all know how good a Valkyrie can be, and if you're solo queuing, let's say you're playing ranked, she's going to be even better in ranked than she is in pubs. But even if you are solo queuing in pubs, she's going to be a great legend to pick. So yes, her passive allows her to get from low ground to high ground really quickly. Her ultimate allows her and her team to get from one place to the other very quickly. Now, the only reason that Valkyrie, I would say, isn't the full best legend to be playing is just because with her tactical needs some sort of communication. If you use her missiles and you stun someone, you kind of need to put your mic on and say, hey guys, I stunned this guy, let's push him. If you're not doing that, then she's probably not the very top of the list for you, but she's still a cracking legend to be playing. So that was Valkyrie at our number 5 spot, and coming in at number 4, we have Horizon. Horizon's a really good player because she is a solo movement legend. Unlike someone like Valkyrie, where she allows her team to get from point A to point B, she's a solo movement legend. She has a gravity lift which helps her to get to height really quickly, and not only that, her passive is absolutely amazing. Her passive allows her to get rid of the stun when you fall from height. So we all know when you fall from like a high point in Apex, when you land on the floor, you kind of hit the floor with a crash, you get stunned, and then you can move after a second or so. That is totally removed with Horizon. Once you land on the floor, you keep the momentum. So if you slide off the edge of a building, you land on the floor, and you keep hold of crouch, you're going to go flying. It's really helpful to get away from enemies, to push enemies, and just solo movement in general. Now again, her ultimate is kind of team based. You throw a black hole and it sucks all the enemies in the nearby area into one location. Now it could be debated whether you need actually team communication for this ultimate to work effectively, because once you see a massive black hole spawn in the middle of the playing field, you feel like your teammates are just going to start shooting the people in there anyway. But I feel like it is needing some sort of communication to pull it off effectively. So when you're solo queuing, she's an amazing legend for the type of movement and her tactical to get her up to high ground really quickly. But her ultimate is kind of where it puts it down a little bit. But still an amazing legend to be playing if you're playing on your own. So that was our number 4 spot, and going up to our number 3 spot, we have Pathfinder. Pathfinder is probably at the top of a lot of people's list for the way that he could get in and out of fights really quickly with his grapple, how effective his grapple is as a whole, and he has the zip lines to get from point A to point B really quickly. Not only that, he has the passive where he can scan the survey beacons, and he gets his ultimate instantly from scanning the survey beacons. So that's constant zip lines 24/7, getting from point A to point B really quickly. So he's a solo based legend in the sense that he can grapple himself in and out of fights really, really quickly, or just for general rotation, he can do that really effectively. And obviously his ultimate is team based. Everyone can use his ziplines to get from point A to point B, and it takes zero communication. You can just randomly spawn a zipline, go on it, and your team is most likely going to follow you. Because if they see a zipline, they're most likely going to take it. So the ways that Pathfinder's really good for solo queuing is just the sense of getting in and out of fights really, really quickly. So you can go into a fight, and if it doesn't go your way, you can easily grapple out, reset, heal up. You don't need any sort of team communication for that. Like if you were playing Gibby, there's no way you can get in and out of a fight really effectively. So if you are solo queuing, you need your teammates to help you if you're Gibby. So if you were solo queuing as Gibby, you just gotta be stuck. You are a sitting duck. So if you are Pathfinder, it's so easy to get in and out of fights effectively. And if we are talking competitive here, he's also going to be very good for that. He can be solo queuing in pubs and or competitive too. The way he can scam beacons to get his ultimate back instantly is really good for rotation. Not only that, you actually get the next ring as well. So it's multi-purpose. Very good legend, and I would say giving him a shot. So that was our number 3 spot, and we're coming up to our number 2 spot now, and that will be Octane. We all know how good Octane can be, and we all know how many people actually choose Octane, and that's all for a reason. He is a very, very good solo queue legend. He has a stim, which can get him to point A to point B really, really quickly. He can push into fights quickly, he can push out of fights quickly, or he can just rotate to the ring quickly. Not only that, once he stops getting shot at and stops taking damage, he starts to regen health automatically. So that also saves inventory space, because you don't need that many syringes, because you will just naturally regen health over time. Every single time I talk about Octane, I talk about his ultimate being allowing his teammates to use movement tech. This is really effective. I know I say this every single time, but it really, really is. It allows his team to do movement tech, and no one else allows you to do that. If you don't know what I mean, movement tech basically means different movement techniques, such as tap strafing. So if you go on a jump pad and you go into the air, you could tap strafe around the corner, you could go to different directions. All of these little things are possible with Octane, and that makes him very effective in my eyes. So let me just explain one more time. Octane is really good for solo legend, as he has his stim, which allows him to go in and out of fights really quickly, or just rotate in general. Not only that, once he stops taking damage, he allows to have natural regen of health. Not only that, that also allows you to clear inventory space, because you don't need that many syringes, as you'll just heal yourself. His ultimate allows his team to get from point A to point B, and also allows his teammates to do movement tech such as tap strafing. So that was our number 2 spot, and just before we get into our number 1 spot, make sure you go down below and leave a like if you haven't already, and comment down below your favorite legend to solo queue with. So coming out at number 1 spot, we have Wraith. Wraith is exceptionally well for solo queuing. We all know the meme of like the solo sweaty Wraith mains, and that's because she's really good for soloing. There's a reason why there's so many people who solo queue with Wraith, or just play Wraith in general, and that's because she's really, really effective when playing on her own. She can withstand the 1v3s, the 1v2s, all of these things. She has the abilities to do so. Her ultimate helps her and her team. It's a portal. You get from point A to point B with it. You can push into a fight with it, and you can push out of a fight with it. It's simple as that. It also allows you, I don't know, if your teammate is downed, your teammate can go through the portal, go out the other end, and you can revive them, go back through the portal, and reset on the fight again. It allows for your team to reset, heal up, and go back in the fight again. Now her tactical is solo. It allows her to go into her Wraith form, her phase form. Once she's in that, she can't take any damage, she's invisible, and she can also see enemies in the void too. So that's why Wraith is at the top of the list for me. Is that her ultimate allows her team to reset, push in and out of fights. I guess it can also be used for rotation too. And her tactical allows her to go invisible, take 0 damage, and see where other enemy players are. So that's going to call it today's video, guys. If you found this video helpful and or entertaining in any way, shape or form, then make sure you go down below, leave a like, and whilst you're down there, you might as well subscribe to be entered into the next subscriber shout out. And whilst you're down there, don't forget to join the community Discord, which will be in my pinned comment down below. So thank you guys so much for recently. As I said at the very start of the video, we're about to hit 1.5k subs now. Absolutely insane. Thank you guys so much for that. So yeah, once again, it's been my pleasure. Until next time, keep dominating legends.